by HTM Sports. Welcome, folks, to Indian Hill Gymnasium. I'm Han Solo, bringing you tonight's live action here at Indian Hill Gymnasium, where the Indian Hill Braves will be taking on the Finneytown Wildcats. The Braves come in tonight off a good win here at the gymnasium last Tuesday, and will be taking on the Finneytown Wildcats, who come in off of a win as well. In the league, the standings for the Braves and the Wildcats: the Braves are currently third at 4-1 in the league. Finneytown is at sixth at 2-3. They are 8-4 overall. The Braves are 6-3 overall. As we are announcing the varsity cheerleaders for the Braves, you have Sanibel Betts, Isabel Froelich, Lauren Yamaguchi, Meg Muntz, Abby Campa, Corinne Odell, Olivia Vigran, Samantha Blicker, Sailor Betts, Emily Sitchell, Ellie Jones, and Maya Hack. And I was just informed that Samantha has actually moved to Florida. Here's your Finneytown starting lineup. Again, this is Han Solo bringing you the live action here at Indian Hill Gymnasium. Better known as Rob Young. I am broadcasting solo tonight, so please have patience with me. We're going to try some graphics tonight. We're going to have a little bit of fun with this. And here comes your Braves.
Number 1, Josh Young.
Josh Young getting his varsity start tonight. Coming in. Number 2, Ty Thornton. Number 5, Wyatt Watts.
Number 12, Mateo Lopez.
And
number 32, Luke.
And number 32, Luke Robinson. So you've got Young, Watts, Thornton, Lopez, and Robinson as your starting 5 for the Brave. Trey Lopez is sitting this game out tonight. So your captain out on the court will be Young, as Ian Lopez and Summerall are your tri-captains. It'll be an interesting game tonight. Finneytown actually, their game prior to the other night was against Wyoming last Friday, and they only lost by 9 to Wyoming. So they're a big, lanky team. They come in with several guys over 6 foot tall, a couple over 6'5", and will prove to be a handful underneath the baskets tonight. Luke Robinson's leading the team with offensive rebounds, and will take the tip for the Braves. Finneytown wins the tip. Braves will go back to stop the offense. And Finneytown goes up 3-0 real quick. Thornton bringing the ball up on a little bit of pressure. Quickly out to Wyatt Watts, who puts it up for 3. Rebound for Young, who puts it back off the mark. So the Braves are taking the shots. They're getting second chance opportunities, where they're having to work a little bit, converting those into good second chance opportunities to get scores. Finneytown's up 5-0. And Finneytown's going to bring the press. Thornton clears the midline, gets it back over to Lopez to set up the Braves offense at the timeline. Wyatt Watts with the ball, across to Young, back to Lopez. Quick ball movement is how you beat this athletic Finneytown team. Lopez in the corner, dishes it to Watts, who gets it, dishes it back out to Lopez, around to Thornton, to Young. Feeds it into Thornton, who gets locked up but passes it off to Robinson, and they're going to get a call for a... Well, I'm no longer Hans Solo bringing you the action tonight. I've got the assistant principal here with me tonight. Well, welcome. Now, you're much better than Damadeo, so he only knows lacrosse.
Well, this is Mike Casey, assistant principal at Indian Hill High School, coming here to do my first broadcast. Excited here as Ty Thornton gives it up to Mateo.
So Lopez gets across midcourt with the ball, dishes it out to Watts. The Braves are down 5-2. Fed into Robinson, who dishes it to Watts, who goes up and draws the foul. The best way for this team to win this game tonight, because Finneytown is very long and very athletic, they played Wyoming to a very close game. They only lost by 9, is they've got to penetrate the paint, but they've got to do it with ball movement. They can't do it with dribble.
So who are we looking for in terms of a scorer tonight?
Scorer for Finneytown is number 0 and number 3. So that would be Cameron Thurman, who's at 6'6", he's a senior, and number 3, Mike Clay, who's 6'5", and also a senior. They're big physical guys who aren't afraid to drive into the paint, but how you get them into trouble quickly is you drive that paint, you cause them to foul, and then they got to lay off. Young quickly covers up the ball. They're going to use a little bit of the same tactic that they did Young with the steal to Thornton. Thornton's going to hold it back. So Young will get credit with the steal that time. Thornton drives in, dishes it off to Robinson, who can't hold the ball.
Finneytown pushing. Puts it back out.
Young with another rebound, dishes it off to Thornton. So the Braves are controlling the board. Thornton in, off the mark. Young tries to get the tip. Out on Young. The Braves are at 7-3 right now. I'm sorry, the Finneytown's up 7-3 with 4:43 left here in the quarter. Braves are having to play tonight without their senior captain, Trey Lopez, but they've got their captain Young out on the court. Thornton gets in, off the mark. Robinson with the rebound. Can't get it up.
How does that change the dynamic of the team without Trey pushing the ball and his aggressiveness? How do you think the Braves have to come out and combat that tonight?
They've got Young and Whitehead that probably play just as aggressive, haven't had the same amount of opportunity as Lopez. So I think it'll have an impact, but you've got good senior leadership, and Robinson's going to pick up the foul there. The key to this game is obviously Indian Hill's very athletic. We are deeper than most people think. Obviously, Lopez was a catalyst to this team. He fouled out of 4 games, so they're used to playing without him at times.
Hopefully little brother Mateo can pick up the slack. I know he can hit it deep. Speaking of Amari, he's checking in here for Young.
Going to give Young a little bit of a break, talk him through a couple things.
Ty Thornton across midcourt. Finds Whitehead on the right-hand side. Dishes it back out to Watts.
Whitehead with a 3. Off the mark. Going to be a foul on number 3 for Finneytown. That'll be his second foul.
Young quickly back in the game. Looks like going in for Robinson, giving him a blow.
So this is what I would call their speed lineup. You've got Whitehead and Young, probably two of the fastest kids in the high school. Obviously, Young coming off of his second ACL surgery, but is fully back and recovered. A lot of people are shocked. He's only 6 months out from that surgery. Did it in June, playing basketball for Indian Hill at Mount St. Joe's. Off the mark. Young tips it back to Watt, who gets
Braves
it up
with
to
numbers.
And great transition ball. So cut that score to 5-10. Finneytown's up.
Good to see Mateo get one in early. Hopefully that sets the tone for the rest of the game.
And like I said earlier, they're going to use Young the way they used him against the 6'11" guy against Claremont West. Young's going to face guard number 3, or he's going to face guard number 0 when he's in. Depending on which, if they're both in, then they're going to have to. Young knocks the ball out of his hands.
Braves playing good defense on this possession.
But the speed and quickness of the Braves will add complexity to this game for Finneytown.
Another senior checking in, Jake Summerall.
The other captain.
Most likely will get increased minutes tonight.
Young knocks the ball out.
Brave basketball.
So that's the second takeaway for Young tonight, as the Braves are down by 5 with 2:27. Again, this team was very effective against Wyoming. Again, a lot of their scoring comes from the post. What we're going to need is the guys like Young and Whitehead to get confidence in their ability. Got to finish at the rim. It's been a problem for the Braves all year. But when we get some of these guys that are going to obviously get more playing time, confidence with the ball in their hand to score, then you're going to see a different dynamic game. And they're going to call that a charge. So it's another turnover on Finneytown.
Mateo standing in tough. And Watts is going to come back in for him, as well as Robinson checking back in.
So they're going to get Young and Lopez a breather here. Probably for the rest of the quarter, bring them back in fresh for the second quarter. Number 2 for Finneytown is also a dynamic player for him. He's a good point guard. That's Robert Burlew. He's a senior as well.
Good take by Whitehead, strong finish.
7-10 game with 1:20 left here in the first quarter. Make that a 7-12 game. Whitehead's going to take the lane again. He loses control, gets back, gets it off the big man to Watts. Nothing like using the bank shot off the knee to get it to your teammate.
Hopefully Braves can kind of go 2 for 1 almost here at the end of the first quarter, cut this deficit down.
They got to get the rebounds. They cannot let them.
Finneytown playing aggressive still.
And like I said, that big guy can score.
Clay, 6'5" senior.
Braves are going to hopefully look to finish this out with a score. Burlew coming on quickly at Thornton, but Thornton keeps control and gets it off to Watts. 10 seconds left here in the quarter. It's a 3-point game. Watts is looking for the opportunity to take this in, puts the shot up. It's off the mark, gets his own rebound, off the mark again, and that'll be the end of the quarter. The Braves are down by 3. It's an 11-14 game. So you expect when you've got a kind of a shift in the starting lineup. We had a shift the other day in the starting lineup for some internal issues that the team was having. Tonight, Lopez is unable to play for the team, so you've got a whole new starting lineup out there with Young and Robinson and the yeah, you want to put one up? Can you hear me? So, folks, we were going to try to bring you a replay back from. So we're unable to do that for you. But the Braves are down by 3. You know, they came into this game with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. They've got 3 losses. Their 3 losses are actually against very good programs. You got St. X that they were winning up till 4 minutes left in the end of the game, where they finally kind of ran out of steam in St. X. And St. X was able to win that game. Then you had the Deer Park game was the next game. The Braves got into foul trouble early. They actually had 4 guys foul out of that game, and that was at Deer Park, which is always a tough place to play right now because they fill that place up, and it's not a very
gym. Yep.
It's a very tight gym, and it's loud.
Looks like Braves showing their depth a little bit. Is that Marion Kane getting out there, number 21?
Yep.
And we've got Ty Thornton from downtown knocking one down.
Well, there must have been an issue with the scoreboard because the Braves went back to 9 points to start it, so they were down by 5. It's now a 12-14 game with that 3-point shot. Let's see if the Braves can keep their defensive pressure on.
Braves do a good job pulling the double team inside, but Clay able to finish. He's going to be tough all night. Mateo Lopez from deep.
Off the mark, Watson, and
I think they called it out of bounds.
Off the top of the backboard probably. So it's a 16-12 game. The Braves have cut the lead to 4. So it'll be Finneytown's ball underneath the basket. Another action tonight. We've got Deer Park's taking on, I'm sorry, that's not tonight's action. Let me go to the schedule here for the CHL.
Clay can't finish inside, but Finneytown able to get an offensive rebound, but Mateo Lopez being physical. They call a jump ball. Possession to Finneytown.
So you've got tonight's games are Marymount, Deer Park, Wyoming at Taylor. You got Reading at Madeira, and obviously Finneytown at Indian Hill. Those are the league games tonight.
They feed it back down inside to Clay.
Clay puts it out.
And Summerall comes in and gets in a rebound.
Robinson with the rebound, can't control it. Summerall on the floor. It'll stay Braves ball.
Braves got to capitalize here on a Finneytown missed possession and possibly tie the game, go up by 1. Ty Thornton going to inbound again, the Braves continue to show a lot of different lineups out there.
Thornton with the jumper and drains it.
You know, especially with Lopez out, I'd love to see Ty
That makes
Thornton
it
be the
a
aggressor.
14. Should be a 14 game, I believe. I think the scoreboard operator's having some difficulty when those 2 points went in. They gave it to Finneytown, then they gave 2 to the Braves. So they either missed 2 for Finneytown, or Finneytown's got 2 extra points on the board right now. I'm not 100% sure what that is.
Young getting ready to check back in at the next dead ball.
They call Thornton for a blocking foul. That'll be his first foul. He's got 5 points. Robinson's going to take a seat. Young's coming back in to take the big man. Braves are having a little bit of a trouble holding on to their passes tonight. Again, coach is playing a lot of guys that haven't seen playing time. Thornton in, gets his own rebound, quickly back up and draws the foul. He'll be shooting 2.
I like what I'm seeing out of Ty Thornton right here. He's came down, scored before, aggressor here, gets a board, goes back up hard, takes the foul to the stripe for 2. Cashes out the first one.
Well, the Braves have got, for the first time this game, their high-flying twins, Amari Whitehead and Josh Young, the 2 boys that can fly through the air with ease, along with Ty Thornton. So you got 3 guys out there that are very capable of throwing down some big-time dunks for the Braves.
Well, and you got Clay sitting out for Finneytown, so this is an opportunity for the Braves to take advantage. It looks like they're going to try to, go to Godby.
Godby only a junior, but he is a big, strong interior man.
Young gets a good look.
Off the mark. Gotten back by Lopez. Loses the handle. It'll be Finneytown's ball. It's a 2016 game here. 3:43 left in the half. Foul called on Young for a hold. Finneytown running a high pick and roll offense here.
Robinson getting ready to check back in. He's going to go in for Young.
That's his second foul.
Walks with a good board. Little miscommunication there, looking to go inside to Robinson.
Rebound Watts. Up to Thornton. Thornton quickly up. Off the mark. Whitehead goes up and gets fouled. It'll be shooting 2. That foul is on number, is that on number 3? That's on number 1. It'll be his 3rd foul. So I think he's coming out of the game.
When the Braves are attacking, they're drawing contact, getting to the stripe. Got to keep that mentality going in for the rest of the second quarter, heading into halftime. Hopefully cut this deficit down, maybe go ahead.
Whitehead makes the first of his 2, making it a 17-20 game.
Splits the pair. Braves continue to show their depth, bringing in Luke.
Whitehead with the steal, goes up, and does the Euro step by Amari Whitehead.
Strong take from Whitehead. Again, Braves are being the aggressors.
We'll illustrate that from the, let's get it from the, Whitehead gets the ball and starts to play. So great fast break by Amari Whitehead, who puts the Euro step on number 5 and gets the 2-point basket. So Finneytown quickly calls a timeout. It's a 19-20 game with 2:21 left here in the half. The Braves quickly are trying to find their rhythm. Finneytown working the ball around here. Whitehead out on the court. You got Luke Folke out there. Finneytown with a 3-point. It's a 4-point game quickly. Robinson, they're playing their 5-out set here. Whitehead gets creative with his ball handle. Thornton draws the foul. That'll be Finneytown's 6th team foul.
Again, showing the aggressiveness, drawing contact.
Get the ball into Robinson. They're going to reset this offense. The other night against Goshen, where they really found their rhythm, was when they played a very settled type of offense.
Strong take by Thornton.
The league's going to be watching Thornton as he matures. He's a sophomore. You got Wyatt Watts coming back in. And they're quickly calling some ticky-tack fouls here on the Braves. That'll be the Braves' 5th foul.
Speaking of Thornton, it is our winter homecoming game tonight, and Ty's older brother Jalen is in the house, former Brave.
The West Virginia defensive lineman.
Clay is back in for Finneytown, puts a spin move on, but can't finish, and Thornton looks to push.
Lopez up off the mark, rebound by Clay. Under a minute left here in the half, folks. The Braves are down by 2.
Braves got to get a stop here.
And they are starting to call some fouls. They were letting the guys play early in this game, and now just about you breathe on the guy the wrong way, and they're calling the fouls. Finneytown inbounds this ball to the backcourt. There's a little over 30 seconds left. They're going to try to be the last scorer of the half.
Braves bench getting into it here, showing a lot of support. Great aggressive defense, forcing a turnover. Braves basketball, a chance to close out the quarter to possibly tie the game up or even go ahead. Thornton's going to bring the ball up. Thornton up, 5 seconds remaining. Too long. Finneytown gets the board, and Lopez with the foul. 1.7 seconds remain.
That's a shooting foul. That's on Thornton. That is his second foul. Rebound by Folke, who will close out the half with the rebound. It'll be a 21-23 game as the Braves go in here to halftime.
Braves won the quarter, though.
They did. Cutting a 5-point deficit. And the Finneytown coach is not happy about something. He's asking for some clarification. So the Braves are going to go back into the locker room. They're going to try to recalibrate, try to figure out how they can bring their high-performing offense to life here. They've got some guys that can score in Lopez and Thornton and Young and Whitehead, along with Watts, who leads the team in scoring and is actually in the top 6 in the league in scoring. So he leads the team, averaging about 19 points a game.
And Watts is a guy that actually can do it all. Hit from downtown. He's not afraid to get in the paint, get his own board. We saw him score with the bank inside the key a little bit earlier in the game. Again, as the Braves continue to penetrate inside, I think that's going to open up a little bit of the outside game for guys like Lopez, guys like Thornton.
Well, we're going to take a short intermission here, folks. This is a great time to head to the concession stand or to head to your refrigerator. Welcome to all those that are tuning in from around the world, and we are a worldwide television broadcast on IHTN YouTube channel. That's IHTN1. Make sure you watch it. We broadcast as many of these home games as we can.
Yes, you did. No one fucking did.
Welcome back, folks. This is the second half of the Indian Hill Braves against the Finneytown Wildcats. You'll have to pardon me, I'm a little exhausted from travel tonight. Just got back in from Pittsburgh. The Braves are down by 2. We're going to show you 3 plays. We're going to show you 2 Braves plays, and we're going to show you 1 Finneytown play. This first play, you're going to see Charlie Summerall dish the ball out to Wyatt Watts, and he's going to get this ball right here, and then he's going to feed this ball back out to Thornton, who's going to fake, drive around, and a pull-up shoot for 2.
So balanced on the attack right there.
This next play, you're going to see Finneytown, and what the Braves, actually this is Whitehead. Whitehead gets the ball, he's going to fake, drive around, he loses control of the ball, but you're going to see him get it back inside to Wyatt Watts, who gets the 2.
Great job moving without the basketball by Wyatt.
And then this is where the Braves are having a little bit of difficulty against Wyoming. You're going to see this ball go down to the post and then go to the secondary post guy on a feed with the help side not coming over quick enough to help Young out with the big number 5.
Little mismatch in the size there and physicality. Braves have to come back and battle that and use their athleticism here in the second half. Again, this is Mike Hayes joining you along with Mr. Young. I'm filling in tonight. Proud to be here, assistant principal of the high school. Looking forward to Braves bouncing back in the second half and bringing this victory home.
And we've got the action starting with Finneytown gets the ball to start the 3rd quarter. The Braves will get it to start the 4th quarter unless there's a jump ball in here somewhere.
You've got the starters all back out there. Again, Young out there tonight.
And Finneytown called for 3 seconds.
Glad to see that called early because I thought it was going on a little bit in the first half. Officiating setting the tone here. Braves need to take advantage.
Young with the ball up top, gets it out to the wing to Thornton. Braves are looking for a little bit of cutters. Thornton with the teardrop off the mark. Young with the rebound into Robinson, who can't hold on to the ball. Gets the ball back. Gets it to Young. Gets it back out to Watts. So the Braves are moving the ball around well. What we were saying earlier, Mike, is that the Braves, when they're patient with their offense, are great. Because they've got 3 guys out there right now, actually 4 guys out there that can score on the interior. You've
Absolutely.
got Robinson, Watts, Young, and Thornton. You've also got 4 guys out there that can score with the long ball. Obviously, Watts, Lopez is going to pull it up and drains it. The Braves go up for the first time this game with 6:45 left. It's 26-23, and Finneytown quickly calls the timeout.
Great to see the Braves strike early there, take advantage of a couple missed opportunities from Finneytown, come back, take the lead, and Mateo Lopez, if he can get hot from downtown, it could be a long second half for the Finneytown.
So you're going to see this great defensive play down here. Watts gets the ball back.
Great outlet pass, by the way.
Outlet pass to Lopez. Everybody's coming down the court. Good news is the Braves had 2 guys in position for the rebound and are moving up and down from inline to inline very effectively.
Well, and in a night tonight when our depth is so important, what I love to see on that particular play is our bench into it. First couple seconds out of the second half, our bench is up, excited, getting everybody involved, even if they're not in the game, feeling that energy. Hopefully we can continue to feed off of it. Braves coming in here with a 26-23 lead with 6:40 to go.
So they quickly get it into number 3, who dishes it out, and you can't let him just shoot from out there. They can hit the 3 ball.
And then Jaden Jervis, he's a good player. Is it Jervis or Gerbis? I'm not 100% certain there, but I remember him from previous years. Younger player, still going to have some time, but kind of is the maestro out there for the Finneytown Wildcats. You can see him handling the rock right now, dishes it off to a wide open J.P. Daniels, who bricks, and
Ball's going to go off of Thornton.
feed it into Clay, who bodies it up but dishes it back outside. Long ball.
And they're going to drain it. So Finneytown goes up by 3. It's a 29-26 game quickly.
And Braves are going to call a timeout as Finneytown, is there a problem with the score again? Did it?
And quickly, Birch calls a timeout. He is not happy with the effort on that play. Braves are kind of playing loosely on their defense. Lopez doesn't cover up on that first 3-point. On this second one on the inbound, you can kind of see goes into number 3, who Lopez quickly.
And it looks like Finneytown might be coming out here with a little bit of a different mentality, knowing that the Braves are going to kind of key in on the interior offensive game of the Wildcats, and we've seen that they've used that to their advantage thus far early to be able to dish it back outside, and they've taken advantage of a couple opportunities, knocking down a few long balls. Thornton's going to bring the ball up here. Dishes it off to Young. Young looking inside, kicks it back out. Swings it to Thornton, who drives inside, goes up from the top of the key, walks back inside.
And it's going to be called off of Robinson. It'll be Finneytown ball.
Again, I like the aggressive play from the Braves there, moving a lot without the ball. Hard miss right there. Walks looking to push, dishes it up to Thornton. Thornton takes it hard inside, draws the foul, and
he gets the 2. Now that is a man play. That's what let's take a look at that again.
Ty Thornton strong inside, but also has the touch to finish it off while drawing contact. Again, you're looking at a good outlet pass. Thornton with the athleticism to bring it down. Goes hard inside, takes the contact, and up with the floater in for 2. Going to the charity stripe for 1.
And I believe that's Cameron Thurman's 3rd or 4th foul.
Thornton drains that.
So it's a 29-29 game.
Play inside, can't finish it up.
Young with the rebound, out to Thornton quickly. The Braves are going to move this ball up the court quick. Braves keeping it high, looking for the opportunity to drive that lane again. When you've got a big offense and defense that Finneytown has, the best way to combat that is you drive in.
Robinson with the back tap, can't get it. Finneytown pushing. Leaves Burlow open, can't knock it down. Thornton pushing inside, feeds it to Walks for the easy deuce. And that's Holloway knocking it down, the 6'3" junior for Finneytown. Puts the Finneytown Wildcats back up by a point. We've got a good one here going. Young with the screen for Walks, and they're going to call Walks for walking with the basketball. Traveling Amari Whitehead's going to check in for the Braves. Going to give Robinson a blow here. Just under 4 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter.
It's a 31-32 game. That turnover will cost the Braves an opportunity to go ahead in this game. So the Braves need a good stop here, Mike.
And right now, the Wildcats are really falling in love with the outside shot. Like you said, we've got to take advantage of that opportunity, especially when those misses come. Got a loose ball. It's going to stay Braves basketball. Mateo Lopez is going to inbound by the Braves bench.
Quickly gets it in.
Walks. Good C cut without the basketball, just short. And Godby with the big rebound inside.
It's one area that the Braves really need some help with. They get a lot of second chance opportunities. If they were able to convert 50% of the time, they'd be unstoppable. Right now, they're converting at about 25%.
That's from way downtown, almost Shawnee Run territory there as the Wildcats knock down another deep ball, go up 35-31, and Mateo Lopez crossing it over midcourt, gives it up to Young. Finds a cutting Thornton, who banks it home for 2. Great feed, great finish for the Braves, who cut the lead down to, or cut their deficit down to 2.
Great assist by Young on that. Great penetration by Thornton.
And that's just team basketball. Those guys are moving and having a sense of collaboration out there, which is great to see.
And they're going to call Lopez on the foul there. That'll be his 3rd foul.
We're going to get Summerall checking back in and Folke checking back in for the Braves as Young and Mateo Lopez take a seat. Again, the Braves showing their depth. A lot of different lineups out there.
Going to call Whitehead. That'll be the team's 2nd foul.
Again, it looks like they're getting a little bit ticky-tacky out there.
That'll be his 2nd foul.
Looks like he shuffled the shoes there, and that's the call.
Great call, Mike. Great call.
Folke's going to inbound here to Thornton. Again, another chance for the Braves to tie it up or go ahead by 1. Finneytown putting on a little bit of pressure. Folke gets it back to Thornton, who swings it across to Whitehead, who's looking to give it back up to Walks and gives it over to Folke. And Thornton from deep in the corner.
And he drains it. So Thornton has 17 in this game, leading the Braves in scoring, and I believe leading all players in scoring tonight. With a little under 2 minutes, it's a 36-35 game. Braves are up. The biggest issue the Braves are going to have right now is they have no height out there other than Whitehead, really, who's only about 6'3". Oh, they call Whitehead for the block. That'll be his 3rd foul, team 3rd foul. They're going to have to.
Tough call, but I love the physical defense out of Amari. Got to stay in that aggressive mindset, hopefully forcing the issue, especially keeping the ball deep out around the perimeter.
So this ball is being inbounded inside the student section of the Braves, so it's a little hard to see what's going on.
Screen up top.
And Whitehead's caused the turnover.
Thornton came over to help out in the double team, causing the miscommunication for the Wildcats, and it's going to be Braves basketball. Another opportunity for the Braves to extend their lead with just under 1.5 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Thornton carrying the ball up, dishes it off to Walks.
A little bit of a miscommunication there, but Braves easily recover. Folke out to Thornton. Thornton's going to draw the foul. It'll be the 2nd team foul on Finneytown. Second team foul for the Finneytown Wildcats. So we have people in the Keys watching this game tonight. We have people in Cleveland, Ohio watching this game. By the way, Mr. Hayes and myself are diehard Cleveland fans, both the Cavaliers, the Braves, the Indians, and the Browns.
Oh, absolutely. Diehard. The 216, 440, 330 if you're extending out to the Akron area. All the hometown roots for me.
Now you see, you're young enough that you had all those area codes. When I lived there was only one area code for Akron, Cleveland, and that was the 216.
Yep.
But now there's the 330, like you said. Mike, where'd you go to high school?
I grew up in Olmsted Falls on the west side of Cleveland, about 15 minutes outside of downtown. Really close to Berea, where the Cleveland Browns train. Could ride my bike there. Also where Baldwin Wallace College is.
Nice.
Wyatt Walks knocks down the shot from the charity stripe. Braves go up by 2. 51.5 ticks remaining in the 3rd quarter. Walks looking to knock down the second shot. And he finishes off the pair. Braves go up by 3. And Jake Summerall is going to come in for Walks to give him a blow for the end of the quarter.
So coach is playing around with his lineup a little bit. Got Mr. Damadeo down there eating popcorn. Happy New Year to him. Happy New Year to the staff here at Indian Hill. This game's being brought to you by Weiler Automotive, Valley Asphalt, Dial 1, Bob Summerall, AAA Tires, Huntington.
Josh Young with great defense inside, picking it. And feeds it up to Summerall up top. Braves with another opportunity. They could milk for the last shot, but Thornton puts it up deep in the corner. He's feeling hot right now and knocks another one down. Braves are going to go up 41-35 with 25 seconds remaining. Great aggressive defense from Young. Leads to the 3 from Thornton.
And great team ball. That ball was moved up the court, not by dribbling it.
And smart foul there by Josh Young. Even though it's going to get them to the charity stripe, it gives the Braves the opportunity to finish out the quarter with one more possession.
That'll be Young's 3rd foul.
And again, shows that was a good foul. Misses. And it looks like Robinson and Walks are going to check back in, hopefully for this last possession. A little strength inside and a little bit of the outside game with Walks. Crowd getting into it here a little bit. Splits the pair. And you're also going to have Mateo Lopez checking back in for Charlie Summerall. Lopez is going to inbound the ball to Thornton. 13 seconds remaining. Crosses midcourt with 9 seconds to go. Drives inside hard. Draws the contact. Again, love the aggressiveness out of Ty Thornton. This is a coming out party for him tonight, being the aggressor, leading the team offensively, taking advantage of every opportunity. And speaking of opportunities, there's 5 seconds remaining, and the Braves have the chance to push the lead out by another 2 points.
I don't know that that was a shooting foul, but they are awarding him with the shooting foul. I think that was more of a floor foul, but we'll take it.
I'll take it all day.
Braves are up by 6. You got the Summerall brothers in.
Yeah, it's a family affair out here. You got the Summeralls. Yeah, Thornton with his older brother just a few feet away.
And obviously the Lopez brothers.
Absolutely.
Thornton finishes off the pair, make it a 43-36 game. Finneytown's driving up the court quickly.
Good defense from the Braves, and they cannot finish it off. So we're going to go into the 4th quarter with the Braves up by 7. Great 3rd quarter. Strong attack coming out in the 2nd half. Can't wait to finish out this one.
Can you see anything? So here we are going in the 4th quarter. The Braves have taken the lead. It's a 43-36. So you're going to have some great play here. You're going to have a 3-point shot here by, I believe, Thornton from the side. Great ball movement by the team.
Again, his stroke is just so balanced tonight. It looks fantastic coming out of the hand. Elbows are in tight. This is coming off the strip by Young.
And it was those 2 plays which took the Braves ahead by 5. We're up by 7.
And it also swung the momentum.
With my math, and you can't see that, but that's okay.
Heading to the 4th quarter, the Braves have a little bit of momentum going in here.
So we got 8 minutes left here at the gymnasium here at Indian Hill. I'm Rob Young with Mike Hayes, your assistant principal here at Indian Hill High School. Braves are up. Thornton's going to bring this ball up.
Walks looking to set the screen. Frees up Thornton, who finds Lopez, who dribble fakes, and off glass.
Rebound Robinson up and gets the 2.
The kids call him Thor. That's his middle name, folks, and he was strong inside.
That's what we need from him. We need him getting rebounds, getting the second chance points, and putting them in. And Finneytown quickly answers with a 3.
That's Holloway again with another 3 from downtown, the 6'3" junior. Thornton sets up the offense, gives it up to Lopez. Little miscommunication there. Thought he was coming for a screen. Finds Walks. Back to Young, who's back to Walks. And Lopez gives it up to Robinson. Lopez drives inside, pulls up from the elbow, just short. And Gopi with the board. And J.D. Daniels pushes it up. And Finneytown is long on the 3-point, pushes it up to Thornton, who's looking to drive. Attack in the paint, and block from behind. Now Finneytown with numbers. Looked like a travel there, but they're going to probably call the bobble on a little bit of a strip. But now Braves have a chance to push it. Finds Thornton in the wing, can't finish it off. Gabi with another board.
And you can tell the pace is quickly wearing on the Finneytown team.
And speaking of that pace, Finneytown's going to call a timeout here and try to reestablish things, get themselves underway to try to cut into the Braves' lead. Just over 6 minutes remaining.
You see here quickly this 3-point shot for Finneytown. It's number 2. That's number 1 with the 3, Holloway, who right now has 12 points for the Wildcats. So as the Braves come back out, you're going to have on the floor for the Braves, you're going to have what I like to call their fast team. You got Thornton, Young, Whitehead, Lopez, and Watts.
This lineup gives me a little bit of a resemblance to kind of the current NBA structure, with a lot of guys who can play a lot of different positions, can all carry the rock, but can also shoot, penetrate, play a lot of different positions, and can defensively handle a lot of different positions.
And right now they're giving Young the assignment of taking on big number 3.
Fancy finish there from 22.
Comes over for the weak side to try to help out, but is unable to stop it. It's a 4-point game with a little over 5:30 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Lopez with the drive to the rack, finishes strong for 2, extends the Braves lead out to 6, 47-41. Great take by Lopez.
And Thornton's going to get the foul.
That's Holloway again. That pushes him out to 15 points on the night. Chance for a rare 4-point play.
And that'll be Thornton's second foul. Misses his 4-point conversion. Whitehead's going to bring this ball up. He's going to drive with a little Euro step. Dishes it out to Young, who's going to bring it back up top for the Braves to set their offense. Young looking for the screen, quickly gets it to Thornton, who drives in. Euro steps, puts it in.
Another great finish by Ty Thornton, going strong.
That is what we like to call great team basketball. Move the defense, open that lane up, and let Thornton drive.
Love to see the determination out of Ty Thornton there. Wasn't going to be stopped. Got the rock, took it to the rack. Holloway again pulls up. He is hot right now. Putting this team on his back. Cuts the Braves lead down to 5. Now, if you're the Braves here, do you slow the pace down offensively to try to milk a little bit of clock, or do you keep pushing?
You know, these guys play better with pace. And Whitehead drives in, draws the foul.
Perfect example of it right there. Whitehead driving.
That's on I think number 20. That's on number 25. J.D. Daniels, that's his first foul, team 5th foul. Whitehead will be at the lane. Not Whitehead's strong point, but he's getting better at it.
Godby checking back in for Finneytown, giving Thurman a rest. So they've got their length back in for Finneytown to complement Holloway's distance shooting.
Whitehead misses the second one. Young tries to get the rebound, unsuccessful. Quickly gets up the court, finds his
step back three.
You cannot let that team shoot. They go up now on the 3 points. They have quickly gone up, and Birch is going to call a timeout. So earlier in the game, the Braves were getting beat on the inside. They bring some different personnel in. The Braves stop the inside penetration. Finneytown goes outside. Holloway's hot. You've got Burlew's hot. They are hitting threes like it's nobody's business.
And they're not afraid to put it up either. Whereas the Braves are going to be a little bit more methodical with their offensive game, moving the ball around a little bit more. You see there just a quick screen and pulling up from deep. One pass, step back, not afraid to knock it down. Braves are going to have to combat some fiery shooting from Finneytown here to finish out this one as we've quickly gone behind by one.
And that's Daniels. He's 2 for 2 from the 3. He's not the guy that you normally would look for scoring, but the Braves are going to have to go back to playing tight on them. How you beat an offense like this when they've got long inside guys, and number 5 who's 6'6".
You've got multiple guys over 6 foot who can go inside and outside, and we've got to combat that. We've got our crowd getting into it here a little bit to hopefully.
And the Finneytown crowd's getting into it. Quickly gets it into Young, who misses.
Little bit of contact there, no call. Walks physical to come back with the rebound, kicks out to Lopez, who drives it inside. Little step back, can't get it to fall. Battling inside. Again, a lot of contact, no call. Wildcats pushing it, find it to the corner, out to the wing.
There's Daniel with his 3rd for 3, putting this game at a 4-point game.
Thornton coming in, finds Walks.
Off the mark.
It's a good look for Wyatt, just couldn't put it down.
And this is where the Braves need to just be calm. There's 3 minutes left in this game, plenty of time. The Braves' shots have been a little bit off here for about the last 2 or 3. Finneytown's been hot. That streak's it very easily can switch the other way.
Holloway right there. We've got to get physical in their face. There's a lot of space defensively out there.
And we got to set our offense up. When you bring the ball down quick like that and you take a shot.
Huge swing for the Wildcats, going up by 9 in next to no time.
Yeah, so the issue here is the Braves have got to figure out how to take the game back into control. And you don't take the game into control by so you're going to see these 2 offensive plays by the Wildcats are quickly down the court, quickly out. Wide open guy. The Braves are not back defensively.
And there's just so much separation there. They're not afraid to pull up from an unorthodox region of the court. So Braves have to be ready to combat that defensively.
And what we were saying before is, yeah, you're down by 9, but the Braves need to be methodical. When they're methodical with their offense, they score, and there's plenty of time. 9 points is nothing. It's 3 possessions. The Braves are very capable of winning this game, but if they come down quickly and pull up and take a 3 without people in the lane to rebound that ball, and it's a one-shot opportunity, as long as their shot's cold, they're never going to get back in this game. Young with the ball, looking to pass it off over to Whitehead.
The Wildcat faithful making noise out here in enemy territory.
And here you go. The Braves are methodical. Watts inside, and he gets the foul. He'll be shooting too.
Ability to move the ball around, drive to the basket when they can, draw the contact. They've been effective with it all night long. Chance to cut into the lead. 2 easy ones for Wyatt Walks. That's the guy we want at the line.
So Walks is going to be at the line, shooting 2. It's a 9-point game. And Watts, who's usually very good at the line, misses his first one.
You can tell a little bit of visible frustration out here for the Braves. Walks is better than that. He knows it. He can knock those down with ease.
Goes over. Here we go, Braves playing defense, quickly trying to cut that ball off. Finneytown's just going to move the ball around. If they're going to let us, Finneytown's going, if you're going to let us play outside, we're going to stay outside. We'll just move it in. Whitehead trying to get that charge call.
You know, in situations like this, do you ever think about a shot clock in high school basketball?
I'd love it, personally, but I don't know that we'll ever get it.
Even if it was, 35, 40 seconds to just give a little bit more control to teams so that there, creates more opportunities for battling back and forth. I'd personally love to see it as well.
I think the big reason, there's 2 reasons you won't. One is when you put that kind of rule in, it's a cost factor for a lot of schools, and you've got a lot of schools that don't have the budget. And everybody goes, oh, how hard is it? Well, that clock has to be tied into the scoreboard. It has to be controlled by another person. So now you got.
And if you think about the play clock in football, at the high school level, it is different in every stadium you go to. So you can only imagine what it's going to be like in the high school level for basketball. But it is something I'd love to see. Go to. Sometimes you see some of these games that get into the tournament run where teams can just put out long possession basketballs. You'll see finishing scores 34-32 because possessions run so long.
Well, I miss the old days. So 1985, Stowe High School, undefeated. Average score was 102 points a game, and there was no three-point line. Matter of fact, the second leading all-time scorer in Ohio high school basketball is from Stowe. He actually still holds the NCAA three-point shooting record because the NCAA already had the three-point, but in high school he didn't. He was an outside shooter. We always talk at the reunion that if we had the three-point shot, he would have blown LeBron James's all-time scoring record out of the water. Obviously, he had it until LeBron came around, and by the way, he was actually one of LeBron's high school coaches. So that tells you how old I am. Mr. Hayes is going, I don't know, I don't even know the 80s.
Yeah, right.
It's always great having either Mr. Hayes or Mr. Damadeo or one of the staff in because they know these kids so well, and it's great support for the kids.
Well, I'm absolutely ecstatic to be here. I'm such a fan of the IHTN network and all the hard work that our students do day in and day out and outside of school hours, the passion that they have, it's fantastic. And then obviously you couple that with all the talent that's on the floor or on the field or in the arts, whatever IHTN's covering. So again, I'm super happy to be here and really hoping that the Braves can push it here and cut this 11-point deficit down and get back into this ball game late. Lopez with the drive inside. Floater can't go.
Robinson with the rebound and the putback. Timeout by Indian Hill. You talk about IHTN. I always joke that it is the best kept secret in high school. most people don't know this. This program has put big-time Hollywood directors and producers on the face.
Absolutely. And our students have great opportunities. I know we just had a student with ESPN recently working in the booth, I believe, down in Kentucky.
At the Kentucky-Louisville game.
Yep.
And most people don't know that it was an Indian Hill graduate 2 years ago was the executive lead producer for March Madness.
That's awesome.
And he got to start right here with Mr. Dubs. And I always like giving a big shout out to Mr. Dubs because, I am a child of an educator, but more importantly, when you have an educator like Mr. Dubs who is passionate about helping kids, and he really is an unsung hero, how many people do you know, you're an educator yourself, that's been doing it for 51 years in the same school district?
Well, and talk about doing it for that long, but also having that zest for life and the zest for the kids each and every day, and just evolving over the course of time, not being stagnant. And that's kind of what our program has been, not stagnant, very progressive, and it kind of reflects Mr. Dubs' personality and the type of program we have because of his hard work. Speaking of hard work, the Braves stretching this one out here, putting the Wildcats back at the line with 57.8 to go. For any families tuning in here, again, it is a reminder that it's winter homecoming night here. We've got a lot of Brave alums here still home from college. And tomorrow night, we've got our winter homecoming dance here at the high school. A lot of fun festivities planned for the kids. We had movie night last night showing Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Bueller. So it's a 11-point game here, 57 seconds. It's going to be a heartbreaker for the Braves as they try to.
Yeah, you look at that fourth quarter, the early start of this fourth quarter. I mean, just what a momentum swing. The Braves really grinded it out the second and third quarters, taking that lead, and all of a sudden the hot hands of a couple deep shooters for the Wildcats just put this one out of reach here. We still have a little bit of time. Hopefully we can cut this down and find a way to battle back here with just under a minute to go.
So I'm not sure what the call was. There must have been a foul somewhere. It's a shooting foul because that was Finneytown's 7. So Whitehead will be at the line shooting 1-1. And Amari off the mark. Finneytown trying to get a little fancy.
Braves
Lopez
catch a break, but can't capitalize on it, and Finneytown gets another board. 40 seconds remain. They're going to cross it over half court, calling the foul, stop it of play.
38 seconds left. It's still an 11-point game.
So the Braves going in next week. They've got arch rival Wyoming on Tuesday night at Wyoming. The girls are playing at Deer Park on, I believe, Wednesday night. I know that. And then we've got Deer Park again here next Friday night. That'll be our Hall of Fame game. So again, we'll have another opportunity for more alums in the house. Have some festivities after in the auditorium lobby for all those guests.
Well, this is a little bit of salt on the wound. I'm not sure why they're calling it a technical foul.
Really unorthodox free throw shooting here from Godby. He's got a bandage on that hand. I don't know if that's impacting his ability to shoot from the stripe.
No, I don't think that's it. That's just unorthodox form. I don't think he's known for his finesse as a foul shot. So Young gets called for a foul. I'm not sure where that came from. It's his fourth foul. Obviously, Young's trying to.
Clock's not stopping. Young's calling out for the clock to be stopped as it keeps ticking down. Should be around, I believe, 38 seconds remaining, and it's down to about 28.
That's going to be called on Lopez. Not sure how many fouls he has. That's, I think, going to be his 5th, if not his 4th. So the Braves are going to go, they're going to drop back in the standings in the CHL off this. The Braves are off tomorrow night, but they'll be back in action on
they play Tuesday night against Wyoming. At Wyoming, big-time game. Fiery atmosphere. Always go into that gym knowing that they have stands only on one side. Can get a little bit testy.
And they always relegate our student section upstairs.
Yeah, we had some long talks with their administration about that last year, so hopefully this year will be a little bit different. They're under some new leadership too, so that'll help.
It's a Charlie Summerall is going to come in. I was glad to see Charlie out there. The rumor was that he wasn't going to be playing tonight due to injury, so I'm glad to see him actually playing. A little bit of sloppy work on the clock. There's 37 seconds. Finneytown's like, what happened? How'd it get to 37? I think he forgot that the clock kept running after the foul. And that's Holloway's 26th point of the game.
Walks from the corner, can't knock it down.
That's going to go Finneytown's way.
Definitely a different game when Walks is hitting from outside. We had a great game tonight from Thornton. A lot of guys getting in the scoring table.
So this will be a good win for Finneytown, who will have, let's see what they're, they will play Taylor on Tuesday.
Who the Braves just recently beat. Cody Holloway having a great game tonight. Can't finish off the pair. Thornton pushing here with 20 seconds remaining. Pulls up for three. There's contact. No whistle.
Foul on Charlie Summerall. So Finneytown will be at the line. It's kind of reminds me of Gino last night. You got to think coach is going, guys, we don't need to foul anymore. There's 10 seconds. I don't know of any 12-point plays. Did you hear the Connecticut coach last night after that game when they ended their 98-game home winning streak?
You know, I saw that this morning when I was just checking some scores, and was pretty shocked to see it. 5 seconds remain. Walks with the pump fake, drives it in inside, takes it home for two, and that'll end the game. 65-53 will be our final score. Unfortunately, the Braves go down tonight after battling back to take the lead in the second and third quarter. Great effort from the Braves squad with a very team-oriented approach, but just came up a little bit short in the end from the hot hand of guys like Holloway.
Well, I'm Rob Young with Mike Hayes here in the booth tonight. Thanks to Mr. Denny Dupps for allowing us to do this, Mr. Overberg for producing and directing, Robert Brunner, our technical director tonight, Michael Overberg with graphics. Our replay is Mr. Overberg, and we have other people. Again, I'm Rob Young, better known as Han Solo earlier tonight.
And I'm Mike Hayes, so grateful to be here. Thank you, Mr. Young, for putting up with me for a few quarters of basketball. It was a pleasure.
Well, thank you for coming out. Be proud, be brave, folks. We'll see you at the next home game here at Indian Hill.
Go Braves.
Exclusive coverage of tonight's game on the Indian Hill Television Network has been a copyrighted presentation of the Indian Hill High School Video Department.